It's the Daily Dog.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Happy Friday, everybody. You made it to Friday. And for the last several weeks, the coming of Friday means that we are doing a big, long masterpiece of a song. And today is no exception. For the first time on the channel, I am doing a song by Genesis. And the song we are going to do today is Supper's Ready. So I have a confession to make. Before everybody on the channel started the drumbeat of requesting this song, I thought you guys were just telling me that it was time for dinner, that I should just shut up and go eat something. I have never, before all of you were talking about this, I have never heard this song, and I'm realizing I never even heard of this song. And all of y'all are probably sitting there going, this guy's full of shit. Think of me what you will, right? I will gladly claim that I am full of shit, but not about this, all right? My wife, I spot checked this last night, and holy cow, we're in for a ride. But I asked my wife, Megan, I said, have you ever heard this? And she's like, doesn't sound familiar. You know, so my wife and I are children of the 80s. So the Genesis that we know from growing up is like Land of Confusion and of the Phil Collins led Genesis of the 80s. And of course, I have read and heard about Peter Gabriel being with the band during the 70s, but I've never really given it a shot. And sorry to say. And I love Peter Gabriel. I think he's brilliant. One of the best rock lyricists and vocalists that I've ever heard. So shame on me for waiting this long. But we're going to do it today. Supper is ready. It's about to be served, y'all. It's a long song. It's 23 minutes. And with the previous long songs that we've done on Fridays, we've had a good run of Fridays. I think last week was Octavarium. Thank y'all for all watching that. It's done really well. Oh, the week before I think was Echoes, and then the week before that we did I think the Count of Tuscany Dream Theater. We did Close to the Edge on a Friday. We've had a good few weeks, and today is going to be no exception. Supper's Ready by Genesis is off of their 1972 album called Foxtrot. Peter Gabriel on vocals and woodwinds. Phil Collins on drums and backing vocals. Tony Banks on about every keyboard instrument he can find. Steve Hackett on guitars. Mike Rutherford on bass and also backing vocals. Unbelievable musicians, seminal musicians. And I've read through the lyrics of this song, and I've tried to look at some of the background for what this song means. I still have no idea what it means. And I don't have confidence that by the end of the song, I'll know what it means either. I may have to listen to it a couple hundred times before I figure that out. But it's going to be a fun journey, all the less. And let's get it going. So we're going to listen to Genesis, Supper's Ready. And I'm going to try to stop the music as little as possible, and try to keep my comments relatively to a minimum. That's my plan. It never really works out that way, but you know, I'm a professor. I get paid to talk for a living. So off we go. Well, let's see. Supper's Ready by Genesis. This is the original studio recording. Let's hit it. Here we go.
Walking across the city.
Oh, they're right into it. No foreplay. We're right into the verse.
Sitting beside you, I look into your eyes as the sound of motor cars fades in the night time. I swear I saw your face change. It didn't seem quite right, and it's hello, babe, with your guardian eyes so blue.
Way different key than they started in.
Don't you know our love is true?
6 to 6. Whoa. go.
Coming closer with our eyes, a distance falls around our bodies.
I love the combination of their voices.
The moon seems very bright.
That's really high for Peter.
6 saintly shrouded men.
I think that's Phil on the lower part.
The lawn slowly, the 7th walks in front.
6 saintly shrouded men move across the lawn slowly. The 7 walks in front with the cross held high in hand.
Your supper's waiting for you.
Room B flat.
Hey, my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so
Turns minor.
far from here, far from your warm arms.
On a G.
It's good to feel
Turns major on a G.
It's been a long, long time.
Up to A minor.
Isn't it?
Down to D minor. Wow. So at the beginning, it's 2 lovers, I think, and it sounds like they're going on a pretty wild trip. I don't know if it is aided by drug use, but they're going on a trip of the mind and the imagination. Sounds like. Lovely. This first section is called Lover's Leap. And we're getting ready, it looks like, for the second section, The Guaranteed Eternal Sanctuary Man. I know a farmer who looks after the farm. With water clear, he cares for all his harvest. Looks like they stayed in A minor. They were in D minor during that instrumental interlude, and then they ended up on a minor dominant. I think they're staying in A. Now it's A major. Subtonic. Cool. It's like an A chord and like a G chord together. Mixolydian mode, if you're counting modes. Can't you see he's fooled you all? Share his peace, sign the lease. He is a supersonic scientist. He's the guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. A faith leader? A propagandist in general, maybe? Hand in hand. That's creepy. Reprise of the beginning?
Wearing feelings on our faces while our faces took a rest. We walked across the fields to see the children of the West.
Wearing feelings on our faces while our faces took a rest, we walked across the fields to see the children of the West, but we saw a host of dark-skinned warriors standing still below the ground, waiting for battle.
Waiting for battle.
Battle. Amazing.
Fights begun, they've been released.
Oh,
Killing
that's a D. D.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Killing foe for peace.
Giving me a wonderful potion, 'cause I cannot contain my emotion.
Trying to follow the lyrics. And I get caught between trying to follow all of the complicated harmonies and then paying attention to see if I can figure out what the lyrics mean. It's overwhelming. It's wonderful, but it's overwhelming. They're still over that D pedal. This is the third section. Ikhnaton and Itsacon. It's a con. That's funny. And their band of merry men. Killing foe for peace. Bang, bang, bang. We should remember that this is created with some of the other early 70s songs we've been looking at lately in the midst of the Vietnam War. Great playing. Almost sounds like Vivaldi with some of those arpeggiations and toggling on those open voicings. Also reminds me a bit of Yes with some of that organ stuff. The order for rejoicing and dancing has come from our warlord. Wow. It's still kind of over D, this whole section. Now it changes. The pacing is masterful. There's fast things, there's rhythmic things, there's soft sections. This being a fade out. Where are we at now? The next section. How dare I be so beautiful? Peter, you were pretty.
In the chaos, the battle has left. We climb up the mountain of human flesh to a plateau of green grass and green trees.
The accompaniment is... I don't think I've ever heard anything like that. It sounds like a piano, but it's like fading in and out. You don't get the attack. That sounds like a it doesn't sound like an organ. It doesn't sound like a guitar either, unless it's like a real delay. So cool.
Social security took care of this lad. We watch in reverence as Narcissus is turned to a flower.
Sounds like a half cadence.
A flower? If you go down to Willow Farm to look for butterflies, flutterbys, gutterflies, open your
So now it's being for the benefit of Mr. Kite from the Beatles. That's what it reminds me of.
and the musical box.
They've got into like E flat minor or A flat minor. I can't tell.
And good and bad, and everyone's happy to be.
This is the next section. Willow Farm, I think. Yeah.
There's Winston Churchill dressed in
Winston
drag.
Churchill dressed in drag.
A British flag, plastic bag, what a drag! The frog was a prince. The prince was a brick. The brick
This was an egg. The egg was a bird.
Haven't you heard? Yes, we're happy as fish, gorgeous as geese, wonderfully clean in the morning. We've got everything, we're growing everything. We've got some in, we've got some out, we've got some wild things floating about.
His voice is unbelievable. And his flair for delivering lyrics like this. He makes you believe that he believes them and that they totally make sense to him. It's so theatrical. All change.
Feel your body melt.
Where are we at now? Okay, we're still in Willow Farm. I read that this was originally a standalone song that they decided just to put in the middle of this. They're far along the Yellow Brick Road now. You're under the soil.
Is deep in the soil.
Yes, deep in the soil.
So we'll end with a whistle and end with a bang, and all of us fit in our place.
Does the whistle transform them? I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about. Wow. Crazy. 1944. We're still in Willow Farm. Great pacing to the new section. I love that Peter's the one playing the flute. I always think of the flute in this range as, especially when it's kind of alone by itself, as inquisitive. It's got that breathy sort of sound, and it's almost naive in that register, in its lower register. Full of questions, full of wonder. I think it totally works. This sounds like they're in A minor. I could be wrong. They've been all over the place. The flute with the organ sounds. There's some really great contrapuntal writing. These guys know what they're doing. It's so well constructed. With the gods of Magog swarming around. The Pied Piper takes his children underground. Let's see.
Shimmering silver head of wisdom looking
We're in a new section. This is Apocalypse in 9/8. They've told us what the meter is. Thank you very much.
from the skies. You could tell he's doing it by the look in human eyes. Bidding a compromise, it won't be easy.
Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I almost feel it like it's in 4/4, but with the second beat having 3 quarter notes instead of 2. It's not 9/8 in the sense of 3 beats of 3. It's in 4, but it's got 9 beats to the measure or to the pattern. Totally cool. I think they've been down in E minor. I think that's where they went from before. But this whole section sounds like it's over the dominant. And if you ever need to use like traditional triads in a sneaky or unstable way, put the 5th of the chord in the bass. It sounds like all of this is over a dominant pedal. And they're changing all the stuff above it, but it keeps it like something's coming. That note in the bass is not home bass, right? It's unsteady. They're doing that with the second inversion chord. Is functionally what was happening there. I love all the keyboard stuff. And of course, Phil's drumming is wonderful. Fascinating stuff. Keeps rising. 666 is no longer alone. He's getting out the marrow in your backbone. And the 7 trumpets blowing. This is apocalyptic. Pythagoras with the looking glass. It's a neat rhyme. Reflects the full moon in blood. He's writing the lyrics of a brand new tune. What does that mean? Oh, the progression's cool. Whoa! C, it's a minor 4/4 over E. And then 5. And down a half step? Love the tubular bells.
And it's, hey babe,
Reprise.
with your
In the original key, it sounds like.
eyes so blue.
In B flat. Wow.
Hey my baby, don't you know our
Here's the F
love
sharp
is true.
to the G, F sharp diminished to G.
I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. Now
I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. Now I'm back again, and babe, it's gonna work out fine. They're coming out of their magical mystery tour. I think.
can't you feel our souls in
Oh, that's cool. They're in A.
Shedding ever-changing colors.
A major. Shedding ever-changing colors. There's that G. That's the Mixolydian. What a cool progression that was. Wow, that's cool. There's the G over A again. This is awesome. What? Cool. Don't forget that note. Ties everything together. This is the supper of the mighty one, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. To take them to the New Jerusalem. That's like right out of Revelation. The book of Revelation in the Bible. It's been a long time since I read that. That's a weird book too. Everlasting. It's like an eternal truth. Maybe that's what they mean. Is it fading out? It is. Everlasting. I have to I know it's been a long time. I have to rewind this a little bit. I gotta hear the ending again. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's the G over A. It's a Mixolydian chord. B, C sharp, C, D, back to C, down to subtonic, back up to A major. Cool stuff. There's an angel standing in the sun, and he's crying out with a loud voice. This is the supper of the mighty one. Welcome to the feast.
Lord of Lords, King of Kings, has returned to lead his children home.
That's a high note, y'all.
Jerusalem.
It's a high A. Wow. Tasteful guitar. The voicings are impeccable. Wow. There's that progression again. Holy buckets, y'all. If I had time, I'd just return to the beginning and just keep rolling and listen to the whole thing again. But we're not going to do that. I'll never get it edited and out. Holy moly. Genesis. Supper's ready. Consider me fully fed, y'all. That was a bunch of food to digest. If I can do a poor rendition on the analogy. Oh wow. I think I got some of that, but not much in terms of I think I got some of the major key areas. It's in 7 parts, and I think every musician in the band is perfectly matched with the other musicians in the band. They all contribute in their own way, and it really is greater than the sum of its parts. I think that's why it's so special. 49 years later. And it stands the test of time because it's outside of time. Let's see if I can read back through some of the lyrics and see what they're talking about here. It's, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think it means. Because in my mind, we've got two people in a relationship, sounds like, and at the beginning, and something happens and something changes. I don't know if it's because of they're tripping on something, or they're going on a spiritual awakening sort of journey, and they're going through this. I think it's in their imagination or in their mind's eye, or it's a dream type thing. I'm not sure. They meet people along the way, and it's interesting that what do they call him? The guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. They know he's not for real. Like, so even in this state, they don't trust him. There's a battle, and there's the being for the benefit of Mr. Kite section. That's exactly what I thought that sounded like. It also sounded a lot like Monty Python, some of those lyrics. In the end, I think it was an exposition to try to figure out the difference between certainty and faith, and where to put your faith in, like in rationality, or is there something more? Is the world just what I can observe and test, or should I put my faith in trust in something that's a little bit less rational or less attainable? How sturdy is it? How foundational is it? And does 1 equal 1? Can I find a fundamental truth? And as young folks who are as smart and brilliant as they are, I think that's what they're trying to get at. And if I'm not mistaken, Peter Gabriel was the one behind most of these lyrics, if not all of them. I love that last section. It's called "As Sure as Eggs is Eggs," and that's where I'm getting the 1 equals 1 thing. It's sort of an axiom that says, I want to find something that I can believe in that's always true, no matter what happens around it. If an egg is an egg is an egg is an egg, then it doesn't matter what color it is, it's an egg. The color can change, right? Or the size can change, or the type of animal that it came from can change. But an egg is an egg, right? And it's one of these axioms that I think they're just looking for a way to be grounded emotionally and psychologically and rationally in a world that often doesn't make sense. That's my philosophical stab at it. I am interested in what you guys think about the song and the overall meaning of it. If there's musical stuff in there that I missed, let me know. I will be going back to listen to this for sure. But wow, what a wonderful trip on a Friday. Supper's ready by Genesis. I need to go back and look at some of their and really live with some of their work during the 70s. The 80s stuff is great, and I think they're touring again this year. I need to see if I can get tickets because I think this is going to be kind of the last go around for them, right? So wonderful stuff. Thanks for all of you for suggesting this and bringing this to my attention. I am very thankful because it's impeccably constructed and wonderfully performed and all of that. It's just it's really quite an astounding accomplishment and a wonderful piece that lasts the test of time. Whew. I think I'm done for today. Thank you all for being with me, and we'll see you again next week for more editions of the Daily Doug.